Hi, today is 2/14/21, and I have a verbal word from Yeshua. He says, is for the Gentiles. He said to tell you, he wants you to read Matthew, the 24th chapter. And he says this to you. He says, no more eating lies and false prophesying. And he says that no more. He says, stop with the thinking you're going to get out of here in the rapture. He says, no. He says, you are refusing to acknowledge his Israel. And he says, you know who they are now, and you're trying to ignore them. And he says, you're refusing to come to him, and the majority of you, and repent for what you and your ancestors have done to his Israel. And he says, with this last generation at the end times, now he's requiring, before you get out of here, you must know the truth, and you must not walk out of here basically eating lies and in deception, but you will leave out of here knowing the truth. And he's requiring this generation, he says, to repent concerning his Israel, what you and your ancestors have done to them. And he says you will acknowledge his Israel before you get out of here. This is a requirement. He says he will not compromise with that, and he wants you to come to him and talk about this now. He says no more ignoring them and refusing to acknowledge who they are. And he says to tell you that he did not make an agreement with the Gentiles in his word to be raptured out of here. And he said he made a promise to his Israel, which is the church of Philadelphia, which is Revelations 3, and I think it's verse 7, I think. But it's the 3rd chapter, and it speaks of the church of Philadelphia. He says this is Israel that he promised would be kept from the hour of trial. He said this is his bride. And he never made that promise to you Gentiles. And he says the time has come now for the martyrs of faith to stand up now. And it's time for him to prepare the Gentiles, he says, for you to die for his name's sakes. And he's ready to prepare you, but he says you have to accept this truth that of who you are. You must know who you are in his kingdom. Before you get out of here, you will know who you are. And he says he has chosen you Gentiles to be martyrs. And he says it's time for you to prepare yourself for your calling. And he just wants you to read that. But he says no more with the lies, thinking you're going to get out of here. He said if you think you're going to, he would let you get out of here and you not let him clean you up concerning his Israel. He says no, I will not do it. I won't tolerate that. He says you will not get out of here without getting him cleaning you up for what you did to his Israel, and you will be chastised for what you did to Israel. You'll not get out of here without paying the price for what you did. So I'm just relaying what I was told to tell you. And he'll come behind and confirm his own words. So that's all that I have for this word, and thanks for watching.